7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, Pinobi here, bringing you another Narrated Wi-Fi battle. This is a mixed tier battle, 3 OU and 3 UU or less with the ThePikaWu. Really undersubbed guy, does high quality content. He's doing black and white battles. He has a template that shows you the Pokemon as they are brought out and faint and stuff like that. Really high quality narrations and video content. I really would suggest you check him out. Link will of course be in the description. Going back to the battle, I'm going to switch into my special wall, Sandersonia, because most of his elves are special. To be honest, I probably should have switched into my Heatran, because it could have, resisted most stuff that his elf would do, including explosion. So that was perhaps a bad play on my part, and he is just going to explode on me, which does leave me, my team open to some vulnerabilities. But overall, not the worst thing in the world. Gonna go ahead and sword dance up with my Gazaris. He's probably assuming I'm choice, like most are. My normal scissor set is banded, but this one is a sword dancing scissor. So he's gonna switch out into Gyarados, which in my opinion is one of the best scissor counters. I know I don't really play OU, but that's the way it seems to me anyway. So I'm just gonna go switch into my Marigold because it's a physical wall, and of course Gyarados are gonna be physical in nature. And I believe I'm going to go for the Toxic this turn. Unfortunately for me, he is going to be a taunting Gyarados, although I guess I would rather him be that than a sleep-talking Gyarados. So, yeah. He's just going to go for the taunt to disable any non-attacking move that I try to go for. So he's going to make a pretty nice play on the upcoming turn as I go for the Seismic Toss, and he's just going to switch out into his Venusaur, knowing that, Venusaur's massive HP stat can just be like, all. So yeah, Sandstorm's going to kick in, Lefty's going to kick in. Yeah, unfortunately that does make the battle a little bit longer, having the Sandstorm there. But I do really love this team, so whatever. Going to switch out into my Heatran. Unfortunately for him, he's going to miss a Sleep Powder. To be honest, going into Heatran right there was a very ballsy move. Just hoping that he wouldn't go for the Sleep Powder, hoping that Sleep Powder would not hit. So that was definitely a very crucial moment in the battle. I guess that's just sort of what happens when you play with inaccurate moves. I should know, because this Heatran is full of nothing but inaccurate moves. As you can see there, I'm going to go for a Toxic, and unfortunately for me it's going to miss, which means that his Flygon is going to be able to throw an Earthquake my way before I'm able to do anything. I'm pretty sure that thing is Scarfed, because, Flygons are always freaking Scarfed. So I'm just going to go for the Magma Storm. It's going to do not too much, but a respectable amount. And it's going to allow me to just go for the Protect on the upcoming turn, because I know he's locked into Earthquake. I know he has to stay in, because Magma Storm makes it so they can't switch as long as it's in effect, and as long as you haven't switched. So he's going to take some more residual damage from that, while I go ahead and heal up. I'm just going to go ahead and switch into my Sandcastle, because I know I can take an Earthquake like all really well. My other option was going into Gligger, who of course would not be affected at all by Earthquake, and would allow me to set up a sub and try to Baton Pass. But I really want to get my Stealth Rocks up, because that Gyarados is a huge counter to my team, especially without my Melodic. So that's going to work pretty well for me. And I'm just going to stay in because I have a Lumberry, and I'm just going to go for an Earthquake, hoping that after the Sandstorm it might kill. Unfortunately, it's not going to really put him that low, and to be honest, I didn't really expect it to. And he missed, the second Sleep Powder. So that really sucks for him, because it means that I'm going to be able to finish him off as my Lumberry heals the sleep. So his Venusaur really didn't get to do much this battle, and that was largely in part due to some hacks. Although, not really although anything. I mean, that just kind of sucks for him. I suppose missing one Sleep Powder, though, out of 3 is pretty reasonable. So I'm just going to go for the Roar, hoping he'll DD predicting a switch, and that is what's going to happen, so that's a nice play for me. He's going to get the download for his Porygon 2, making me know it immediately it's an offensive set rather than a defensive set. So I'm just going to go into my Heatran, because it resists both his stab move, being the normal attack, try attack, which he just went for, and the ice move, which would have been super effective against Hippowdon, and many Porygon 2 offensive sets do carry it. So it's going to do less than a sub's worth, so I know I can sub on the switch. But I go for Toxic for some reason. I don't really remember why I did that. Maybe because I predicted the Gyarados to come in and taunt me so I couldn't Toxic, and then he'd be able to set up on me, or something like that. I don't particularly remember, to be honest with you. So I do just go for the Toxic, and that's pretty good because it did hit, and I went for the sub. I thought he was going to switch because most Magcargos carry like Lava Plume or something like that as their only offensive move, so I did go for the Toxic there, and maybe should have went for the Protect, but you know, whatever. I'm going to go for the Protect this turn. He's going to predict that nicely, go into his Flygon. But the bad thing for him and the good thing for me is that this Flygon is most likely Choice Scarfed, as they all are, and I know that if your opponent switches when you go for Protect and it makes it fail, you can go for Protect the following turn and it has a 100% chance of working. So I'm just going to scout him with Protect to see if he's going to go for the U-turn predicting the switch or not, and that is what he does, which means now I can sub up predicting the switch. Well, not predicting the switch, predicting the U-turn, and that is really nice for me. Because when you get this Heatran set up, it can be a serious monster. Not to sound conceited or braggerish or whatever, but I've had like 5 or 6 battles with this team so far, and it's only been beaten once because my opponent got 3 critical hits in a row on me. And yeah, this team usually actually wins like 4-0 plus. Oh, I just spoiled the match. Oops. Whatever. You're here for the ride, not the end result. You're here for the ride, man. But yeah, this team usually wrecks like pretty high. Maybe he'll get 3 crits in a row on me. Who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna switch predicting the T-Bolt. Yeah, I know that after the Pitaya Berry and all, well, not Pitaya Berry. After I know that after the Agility, that I'm probably gonna have to fodder something off to this thing. And I choose Gligger. The reason being because I know I can, you know, predict the T-Bolt and get 1 extra turn of stall, knowing that he'll only be able to take out 1 poke. He's going to get a crit there. I don't think it mattered. And if it did matter, I'm actually glad he got it because that thing would have been Gyarados setup fodder. So that's no problem to me. So I'm going to bring in my Sandcastle. I'm just going to go for the Roar, I think. I'm pretty sure that even a super effective stab move isn't going to kill me because I'm, you know, impish, max HP, max D. And that is the case, so that's nice for me. He's going to bring in, you know, Flygon unwillingly because he got roared in. Judging from the Earthquake I took earlier, I thought I could survive, so I'm just going to go for the Slack Off. Although I would have just stayed in for fodder anyway. And I live with 1 HP, which is pretty freaking epic. And, did I predict the switch here and go for the Roar? Yeah, I was actually, like, getting my nephew a drink. I have a nephew, and I was, like, getting him a drink when that happened, so I didn't even see what happened. So, yeah, he's going to switch out now and go back into the Incinerate, I guess just as fodder. And I'm just going to go for the Slack Off again, knowing his Flygon can't do anything to me, which is pretty nice for me because it means that I'm back at perfect health from 1 HP, which is pretty damn epic. So he's going to bring in the Gyarados. I'm going to predict the Taunt because he hasn't used it the other 2 times, and it's kind of come to screw him really badly that he hasn't used it. So yeah, I'm just going to go for switch out to my Marigold. Plus, my Marigold is a physical wall, so it can probably take a +1. And I'm just going to go for the, not probably, it can definitely take a +1. But I'm just going to go for the Seismic Toss in hopes that it will, you know, be good game. And yeah, he's going to go for the Waterfall. It's not even going to do like half of what I had left, I don't think. And I'm able to finish off that Gyarados with a Seismic Toss. Of course, this does mean that he has his Flygon left, I believe. But, yeah, my Marigold's a physical wall. And depending on what he went for, yeah, I have like Scissor and Heatran and stuff left. So that was a good game. ThePikaWu. Link to his channel in the description. Sorry about the sleep pattern misses, and that's about it for me, guys. Peace out.